Yay Networks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Happy New Year. Y'all, can y'all believe it's 2024?
Wow.
It is 2024, y'all, and this is going to be your best year ever. This year is going to be what you decide it's going to be. Listen to me. God is the kind of God that will come on the scenes. He is the kind of God that will give you restitution 7 times greater than anything you lost. And I'm standing with you, and I am believing that this year, all your dreams, all the desires, all your purpose, everything is coming to into fruition because you decided this year, I'm about to take back everything the devil has stolen. So y'all, welcome. I am Real Talk Kim. I am so pumped. Y'all know I've been doing some things differently here with my podcast. I'm so used to just sitting in front of you and giving you life tips and helping you through situations in your life. But in the last couple of months, I've been bringing guests on. And so last week, he did so good that I brought him back, Coach Ken. I'm going to introduce you to him in just a second. But before I do, I would love for you right now to press that subscribe button wherever you are watching this from. Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever, on my YouTube channel, my Real Talk Kim YouTube channel. Press that subscribe button and be a vow to yourself this year that you're not going to keep stuff to yourself. But when something blesses you, you will share it with others. So right now, just push that share button. Share it on your news feeds. You might be in the best marriage ever, but I really feel like that never is your life too good that you can't listen to some good wisdom and grow? And so share this with somebody. There may be somebody that's feeling like they're crashing and burning right now, and you sharing this on your news feeds is going to really bless them. Also, y'all, I've got a store full of RTK home collection and clothing. You can go to rtkstyle.com or just go to my website, realtalkkim.com. You can get in my RTK Inner Circle. Y'all, we're starting 2024 taken back. We are walking into wholeness this year. We are breaking generational curses. We are breaking soul ties. We are breaking old stinking thinking. We ain't sleeping on ourselves. And you know, at the beginning of the year, we always go hard together. And so I got a master class that's going to be releasing in February as well. All the details are on my website, realtalkkim.com. But listen, we're about to chop it up. We're going to talk about all things relationships. But Ken, welcome, Coach Ken. Let's give you honor where honor is due.
Look, my wife just called me Kenny.
But that is her name.
That's her name.
Listen, she like, don't you call my husband that? Listen, a woman be like, that's my name for him.
I know, right.
Coach Ken, I'm so thankful. I met you on Instagram. I met you during the pandemic.
You met me?
No. Well, I'd feel like it because, social media will make us feel like we best friends.
Right.
But I remember you came up on my Explore page, and during the pandemic, I had really started walking through a new season.
Right.
I was determined that I was going to, I'm a wife. You hear me? Like, I was like, I ain't dating all you fools. I don't want to go out with you and us try to decide if it's going to work. I want to get prepared for my forever, and I want to attract what I want and not what I am if it's broken. And so I started working on me. I started listening to you. And the reason I love you, Coach Ken, is because you don't badger either side.
Right.
You remember that Kevin Samuels?
I do.
I actually liked him because he told the truth.
But he told some of the truth. But the only problem with that was, and I often tell people, a lot of what he said was true. It was the energy by which he said it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, you kind of give his input, that kind of advice, but you do it with love.
Yeah, I'm not. My thing is not to dehumanize anyone.
I love that.
And my thing is to only make us be better.
Yeah.
And so, and that my approach. Some people like it. And
You're
some
great.
people don't. And that's why, Real Talk Kim.
Yeah.
It
ain't none of our business who don't like us.
Yeah, that's not my business.
I always say if they knew me, they'd like me. I think the same about you.
I told one of my people that. I said, you may not like what I said. I think if you know me, you probably would like me.
And usually it's people that have a problem with what we say Because I think both of us are coming from a heart of love and stuff that we've experienced.
Sure.
Like everything I talk about, I've experienced it. But it's people that aren't ready to heal because you hear differently.
Well, because we look through a lens of pain many times, and we view videos through that lens.
Yeah.
We view what people say through that lens. And so and I often say there's a thing called confirmation bias. People look for someone who confirms the biases they already have.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I told you every man cheat. See, one man cheating, all men cheat. You know, see, I told you she was for the streets. All women are, what we do is we look for things, people who confirm the biases we already have.
Man, that's so deep.
And so that's why I often tell people, I say, a lot of times I don't comment. I get 30 DMs a day. People want to help, right?
Yeah.
A lot of times people don't like what I say, okay? But I have to look at, they are speaking from the lens of pain.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And so no matter what I do, I'm not trying to convince them. I simply want to introduce a new thought to them.
So good.
That's it.
So good.
And then one day, when the seed is planted, something else waters the seed. And then one day look in the mirror and say, I need to change.
Yeah. That was me.
That's how it works.
I think all of us get there. We all have an oh hell no moment.
We all don't get there though, Kim.
Really?
Oh, hell no.
Really?
No, I'm sorry, but that we all don't get there.
We're going to hope this podcast helps them get there.
You're going to help them get there.
Because you just got to have this moment where you're just like, man, I don't want to live alone forever.
And that's men and women.
Yeah.
This is not a gender thing.
No.
It's a people thing.
Yeah. I don't want to sleep in the bed with my husband back to back. I want to recultivate our love. Yeah. And so, y'all, we're going to get into it.
I believe in love.
Yes.
I believe in love.
Well, you've been married forever.
Yeah. And you know what? I got, you don't know, I got a wife and I got a side piece.
Come on.
And I got a girlfriend. And one woman.
I love that. Lord, y'all, my heart just got, I was like, I'm going to have to lay hands on him. I want to get the oil out.
Look,
I love that. We're going to talk about that because that's important.
Yes.
All right, y'all. So listen, go get your journals because you're definitely going to write stuff down. I believe in Habakkuk says, write the vision, make it plain. I believe that we're starting this year out growing. The only way we can grow is if we are intentional. So go get your popcorn, go put your jammies on, or share this with somebody right now, and we'll be right back after this break. Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. What'd you do for New Year's?
Well, I spent some time with my wife.
I love it.
Of course, we got worship in.
Yeah.
And, I'm the kind of person, though, I like to get home New Year's and just be with her. And then we might have us, we sit around and we just laugh.
I love
she's
that.
Cracking
She's a
jokes
comedian, huh?
Yes. I
love that.
She makes my life is never boring.
Yeah.
The funniest stuff.
I love that.
She's making it funny.
Yeah. Well, you said a while ago when I first met you, you said, I actually really like her.
I like her.
And man, I discovered you gotta like them. I think like might be more important than love.
Yeah, because love is...
Yeah, you gotta like to be around them.
Ebbs and flow to the feelings of love.
Yeah.
Now, we can get into that. I often tell people the reason, listen. See, a lot of people, what is mistaking, there's a love cocktail released, Kim.
Yeah.
Hormones called oxytocin, which is the bonding chemical, same chemical that's released when a woman breastfeeds a baby when they give it to her. Mm-hmm. The dopamine, the feel-good hormone, and then the serotonin, the calming hormone. And what happens when all of this comes together, when you meet somebody, and then you're looking at their texting, and they texting you, love bombing you, telling you how wonderful you are, you think that you're in love. But that's an illusion. That's an illusion because this cocktail mimics love until it doesn't.
Man.
Because love comes with the commitment. The commitment to the relationship even when the feeling leaves.
I often tell people this too, that when someone is really into you, you don't have to question, are they into me?
No, but here's the thing.
Keep telling me because
I gotta teach you.
Because I hear this.
Something.
Come on, teach us.
Listen,
teach us.
I wrote a book.
Teach us.
An ebook called 50 Questions to Know If He's the One.
Okay.
Right? And then since then I've expanded it to 250 questions. Now, Kim, follow me there.
Okay.
This. I know we just be talking. Most of us, we're talking about dating.
Yeah.
Most people rely on their emotions.
Yeah.
And they pick the wrong person. You ever notice how people say, why I keep picking the wrong person? Why I keep picking the wrong person?
Yeah.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Because what we try to do is we rely on our emotions. There are two parts of our brain. Mm-hmm. There's the neocortex, that's the frontal lobe here. Mm-hmm. That's where all of your logical thinking comes. Mm-hmm. 1 + 1 is 2. Mm-hmm. That's where your words come from. Speech is formed there. But then there's a part up here called the limbic part of the brain. Mm-hmm. That's the emotional center where you feel things. You make decisions, though, in the limbic part of your brain, 99% of decisions. But you use the neocortex to justify the decision. All right? You got thousands of pairs of shoes, but you see this one pair of shoes, all right? Emotionally, oh, they look good. And then you justify, I don't have that color blue. See, your brain just used the process of how we determine people.
Yeah.
What happens is what I teach my people is most of us try to get to know someone, determine if this person is in alignment with me based on what we call conscious questions. Conscious questions are questions like this. Okay, where'd you go to school? How many kids do you have? What do you do for a living? Conscious questions. Conscious questions are nothing more but questions that your brain readily has the answer to, right? But that's not the true person. The true person resides in your subconscious. That's where your beliefs are, your experience are, your trauma. All of that is in your subconscious, right? Watch this.
Yeah.
So when I tell people, you cannot get to know a person based on the conscious questions. So I wrote the book, 50 Questions Just Ask, to get to the subconscious.
Yeah.
So one of the subconscious questions I teach people is, tell me the one thing that you learned from your mother that has helped you become the woman you are today. Notice that is not at the top of your mind.
Tell me the one. I just had to think about it.
Yeah, it's in your subconscious. So you have to go into your subconscious to answer that question. Yeah. And so now that's the true you. And so what I teach people is, when I teach them how to date, the reason why my people don't mess up is because now they know how to talk to people, how to create conversations based on the subconscious and not the conscious. That's why I'm so successful at it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Notice you said, dang, I got to think about that.
Yeah.
Because it's not read in it. So lying is not an option. Because when I go into your subconscious, all I got to do is cross-reference 2 or 3 things. Do you know I've created a system where you could get to know anybody you want to with 10 questions.
Wow.
10 questions.
What are they?
No, where those 10 questions are based on you. I'm based on what you want. First thing, you gotta know what you want.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people don't know what they want. No, most people think they just want to feel. Most people think they know what they want, but they don't.
Yeah.
They really just want to feel good. They just want a relationship that makes me feel good. But then the reality is, that's why people have this list. I got a list. He's got to make this.
Them doggone list.
I tell them you better ditch the list. Because the list is what you
I believe that. Because so many times we put on that list what society has told us. He got to make more money than me. He's got to have a 401k. He's got to own a house. His credit's got to be good. You ain't none of that.
And then you get the list and realize you ain't happy.
Yes.
Right? Because the list, we only have the list because we think that the list is going to make us happy.
Man.
That's why we created.
Ken, whenever I really started working on myself in that pandemic, I started thinking about, because I make a lot of money. Right. I'm very successful when it comes to, I just start businesses and they just blow up.
That's why I'm connected. Hold on.
Listen,
let me tell you
I promise you, God just really, really favors me.
Right.
And I had in my head probably what all of my other little millionaire friends, all my other boss chicks are thinking. I need a man that is going to make more money than me. I need a man that is driven. I need a man that's this, that. And one day I was in prayer and all of a sudden the Lord said, you want a man that can protect you, travel with you. All of this was on the list. But if you get a man and you don't talk to this man because he's not making more digits than you, more zeros than you, he ain't gonna have time for you. Why don't you get a man that has got the great, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of emails. Y'all save the emails. Listen, what about you get a man that loves you, that is confident, that is a lion, a man that will protect you, a man that's got your back, a man that you are his assignment.
Right. That is the reason, Kim, I make my students, when we go so deep in what you want, because people think they want what you just said. They think they want a man that makes all this money. I say, well, wait a minute. Be careful what you ask for. You just might get it, but you get everything that comes with that. Because a man that's making that kind of money, he don't have as much time.
He ain't got as much time, and he got all the women at his doorstep.
Whatever that is. See, y'all ain't say all that.
I'm just saying.
You can make money and not have the women that you. But I'm just saying. But no.
I need him to be with me.
Right. But what I'm saying is the thing that you want may be, the thing that you think you want may be contrary to the thing that you need.
Yeah.
They may be opposing each other. And because they're opposing each other, they're diametrically opposed. You say, I want a man who can be with me, but I want a man who's making this amount of money, who's doing this, this, and this, right?
Yeah.
And I said, they cannot coexist together.
Yeah. They can't.
And so that's why I say what we do is, what do you really want?
Now, me and you ain't saying you got to go out there and get a loser.
No. I'm not saying that.
I mean, you got to respect him. You got to, man, he got to be a boss. Like, he got to be like just this man that's just assured of himself.
Right.
But what am I going to do with a whole bunch more money? Like, I would rather him spend time with me. So I changed my list. I threw my list out.
I tell people to ditch the list. Now, there is another part to that. I say ditch the list and let's create the real list. But it's not a list. It is based on attributes and values that I must have. And once we do that, now let's manifest that.
Like even a man that's got good character.
Yeah.
Like a man that pays his bills.
Yeah. But that don't mean he's making $1 million a year.
No, he got to drive no Ferrari.
Yeah.
You know, or even a Mercedes.
Let me tell you something. So how do you feel about this, Kim? I'm going to hit you with this. So how do you feel about, because some ladies...
You just want a man that loves you, man.
But you've evolved to that.
Yeah, I have.
Some people say, we got to make this money. Now, my question to you...
Now, we could build empires together if he's got a good character.
How about that? But what if you make more than him financially? Okay, I got a question.
Okay.
So this is why I'm going to put these 100 couples together.
Okay.
The guy loves his job. He works with children.
Yeah.
He makes $75,000 a year. But he don't want to leave his job. He's been there 15 years. He just loves these children. He pays his bills on time, but he loves your dirty bath water. I'm just scenario. He's willing to give you whatever you need emotionally, mentally. You got the bag. I just want to bring the love and I want to bring protection to is that enough for you? I know you're in a relationship. You're in a relationship now. I'm not talking about this is fictitious.
Heck yeah. Now.
A lot of people say, exactly. But a lot of people say, I will forego all of that. If he ain't got no money, I said $75,000 a year, but he knows what to do with it. I said, we have misconstrued everything. Man.
I did it my whole life. We have. We have messed up society with highlight reels on social media.
We do. And then, you drive the Bentley today, coloring the marble. What if you lose it all? What if the person cannot work anymore? What I always say, this is much deeper.
Come on, coach.
Listen, my wife loved me when I didn't have a dime.
Come on, coach.
I said, now I can buy her whatever I want to buy her, but she loved me when I have a dime.
Yes.
And let me tell you something, I will give her the world. Here's the thing, though, and I want to put this out there. I said, we have it twisted. And we got it twisted. People going to be mad at me for what I'm about to say. But I don't care. We got this whole 50-50 argument about, should a man pay 50% of the bills? Should a man pay all the bills?
Can't take me to Macaroni Grill. Can't take me to Cheesecake Factory.
So I said this. I said we have it twisted because we are basing a whole relationship on one aspect of a relationship. We're basing it on whether or not he can pay all the bills. Sometimes, some relationships, sometimes I ain't got but 10%. My wife got to give 90.
Yeah.
Sometimes I got to give 80. She got to give 20. But I'm not talking about just finances. I'm talking about emotion. When her father died, she had nothing to give me.
Come on.
She had 10%.
Man, this makes me want to speak in tongues.
I had to give her 90%. And I said, we have got it wrong.
Yeah.
We're basing a whole everything on this. On this.
Yeah.
I said, for 3 years, she couldn't give me anything. But I had to give it to her. And now when I need her, now sometimes she give me 8 in, sometimes but that's what it is. This is about partnership.
Yeah.
We've forgotten.
Yeah.
And so you got all these influencers, prognosticators out there who ain't got no relationship.
Come on.
They're not in a relationship, but they
They're
tell
just
you why you
relationship
can't
goal.
have it.
Oh yeah. They tell you why you can't have it.
So look, I am who I say I am. People can't listen. I'm a good looking dude. Mm-hmm. I got a wife. You can hit me. People inbox me all the time. I show my wife, look, we laugh about it because I ain't playing that game.
Yeah.
I'm not
It's a
losing
choice, don't
what
you
I
think?
got. It is a choice.
Like, it's a choice because it's got to be flattering. Because you went from the bottom to the top, and that just comes with it.
It's flattering, but
you just say, forget that.
It's an illusion.
That's how I am too.
It's an illusion. Mm-hmm. That ain't real.
Nope.
'Cause they don't see you when your breath's stinking. They don't see you when you sick. They don't see you when you puking all over yourself. They don't see all that.
Yeah.
They see the glam and everybody taking all these pictures. And like you say, the highlights. I like that. You share the highlights of your life, or it's orchestrated highlights.
Yeah.
And so with that, just like with me and you got teams that do video, we showing highlights too, but I want to show something real.
I do. You know, I was talking about my new relationship that I'm in, and we've been 7 months. When we first got together, I remember he sat down and he said to me, I want to know everything. Like, don't keep me hanging. Like if I'm out in public with you, because we're kind of public figures.
You are.
Both of us. Don't let me be out in public and them ask you a question and all of a sudden I'm blown away because I didn't know about it.
Right.
And in all my other relationships, I never had a conversation like that. And at that very moment, I had to bare my soul. But what it did was, because he said in the same sentence, he said, you will never have a woman slip in your DMs and say, I had him, or I did this, or I did that. Wow. He said, I'm telling you everything. Wow. And you tell me everything.
That's deep.
And dude, I was like, the blood left my body. Because I was like, crap. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been the type of person that I want to tell things on my term. And what it did for me was it allowed me to realize, because I've been in all my relationships, they had affairs on me. All my father, I mean, it's just, that's what I had been around. Right. It did something for me at that moment that a man would bring up a conversation like that, and the love that he did. It made me realize that I don't have to not trust him. Wow. And so, because what you just said is, it's a decision.
It is.
It's a decision that you keep everything in the forefront, that you're always open, that you got to be in touch with you. Yeah. You got to be in touch with you in such a way that you know when you're walking into a relationship, is that person going to be okay with what you tell them?
Well, and it's a double-edged sword too. The double-edged sword is this: is if I tell you.
Do you think you need to tell everything?
No, I think you tell people based on the progression of the relationship.
Yeah.
So if we've been together a week, I ain't telling you everything.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, look, I don't know if you're going to be here week 2.
It took us about 2 months for us to get to that conversation.
But at that point, you have shown yourself that, okay, there's a level of commitment for this. So yeah, you reveal things based on where you are. All right. And people say, well, why are you hiding it? I'm like, no, you don't tell the guy on the street everything until as we progress. Yes. And then, so I want to hit you with something.
Okay, hit me.
So I'm doing these shows now called Candid Conversations.
Okay.
Now, I did one in Atlanta, sold out. It was 500 people.
Yeah.
There's 100 people here, 400 people online. And so I get coaching I get people, I'm helping all kinds of people. So I create scenarios. I'm gonna give you this one scenario.
Okay.
Tell me what you do, Ken. Okay. You ready?
Okay.
So I got a letter that said, hey, dear coach, you know what? I've got this guy, great guy. Oh my God, we've been together 4 years. All right.
Okay.
And we're about to get married.
Okay.
And the thing I love about it is that we can share anything with each other. We communicate about everything. We have established that we're going to tell each other everything, right? And he said, I love it because I've never had anybody like that. He tells me we're supposed to get married. She said we're supposed to get married in less than 12 months. But he tells me that 12 years ago, he had a sexual encounter with a man.
Okay.
Okay. What should I do, coach? I've established a relationship based on communication. But now if I don't marry him, am I punishing him for it? Because the question is, What do I do?
Well, that was 12 years ago.
12 years ago. So I said this at my event. You would be surprised how many people are like, oh, no, I ain't marrying him. No. I mean, everybody. Now, listen, at my event.
Now, I believe in deliverance.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
And I also believe that, man, I done some things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess I look at it like 12 years ago, you're experimenting, you were trying
and he
to find
said one
yourself.
time. Yeah. And he said one time. And
I would not hold that against him.
But you'd be surprised how many people would give up.
Gonna miss out a great man.
Everything. And he said, but the thing that I honed in as the coach honed in on, you created an environment where you said he could communicate. Now you're going to punish me for communicating. That's the part I honed in on.
Yeah, and I think I saw on an Instagram yesterday somebody asking the same type of question, and most of those women were saying absolutely not.
And I said that you would give it all up.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it is people, I said, but you say you want people to communicate.
Yeah.
But you punish them for communicating.
And I think we all have a propensity to do that.
We all do.
I'll tell you this, and I'm going to hold it against you later. It's going to make me question you. I'm going to put up a wall in case.
So that's why people don't say.
Yeah. So we got to stop that. Well, how do you stop that?
Well,
how do you not allow that to infect a relationship?
So this is how you do it. When you establish the communication, you start at the beginning and you communicate about everything. So when he asked you, your guy said, tell me everything. That would have been the time I would have said, okay, if I tell you anything, the problem I'm having, I'm a little nervous because I tell you something that it may be held against me, not intentionally, but that is why I'm apprehensive. So you begin having that conversation of why at the beginning. It has nothing to do with I want to hide something.
Yeah.
It has something to do with I'm forecasting later down the road, here's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, because maybe my past relationship did that to me.
Right. And so that is how you start the conversation.
Yeah.
Once you start from there, then you move from there.
Yeah, I love that a lot.
Right.
Now, I have another question that came in for us.
Okay.
Why are we attracted to bad boys and bad girls?
Okay.
What makes us hold on to toxic people? Why don't we put the good people in the friend zone?
Okay. Now, toxic spirits. Alcohol is a spirit. Like alcohol,
you're right.
It can be toxic because it makes you think about what the bad person, bad girl, bad guy do. They allow you to be a part of. They touch a part of you that you like. All right. That you get to be. You get to say what you want. You get to live free.
Oh, wow.
You get to live all of those things. And so people don't just date people haphazardly. We don't just do stuff. There's always a part of it that resonates with a part of us.
Yeah.
But we're so afraid to admit that. We're so afraid to admit that. So I'm dating a bad guy, but what is the bad guy? He leads. Even if he lead me down the path of destruction. Even, what is it? He's brash. He's willing to speak his mind. He's willing to protect me. There are things about him I like.
Man.
So it makes me look past the toxicity. It makes me look past the fact that he's a womanizer because these other things resonate with me.
Man.
It's amazing how the human brain can
fix
confuse because what you do is then.
Because I always attracted bad boys.
Okay, there was something about you they liked, right?
Yeah.
There was something about you.
And then they would always hate what they fell in love with.
That's it! Oh my gosh! The thing that they're attracted to.
They would tear me apart in that thing that they loved.
Right. But because it was a part of you that was, just tell it like it is. They liked that.
Yeah.
But then they hated it later.
Yeah, they did.
You see what I'm saying? And so what I tell people is that's why it's really important to find out what you need.
Yeah.
What you need.
Yeah.
What's important to you. A lot of things we think are important are not.
Yeah. What would you tell that person that is having a hard time letting go of that toxic person?
I just did
How do you break that, man?
I did an 8-week class on the art of letting go. Letting go trauma, letting go people, all of those things. The first thing you have to do is identify why you hanging on. Because a lot of times it's subconscious programming, the fear of rejection, abandonment syndrome. It could be my attachment style mom left me or my dad. It could be something like I'm anxious because I don't believe somebody would love me.
Man.
And so if you don't understand why you're holding on, because a lot of times it's not just love. A lot of times it is control. It is all of these things, these limiting beliefs I have about me.
Yeah.
And if I have these limiting beliefs about me, it causes me to do things that I think will make me whole. And until you know what that is, you're going to keep doing it. That's what that is.
Why do we stay? Why do some people stay in relationships where they're being beat?
Because on some level, they've convinced themselves that the person that is beating me, either they love me, that's why they're beating me. They love me, that's why they're mad at me, because they love me. Or they have convinced themselves that this is all of the love that I deserve.
Man.
Or this is the only thing, either all of the love that I deserve or the only kind of love I can get. And that's the lie the enemy tells too.
Yeah.
And the enemy has programmed or conditioned us to believe those lies. And so a lot of times when people come to me, I have to, I do a deep dive.
Yeah.
I do a deep discovery session. I have to find out what those holes are. We call them strongholds.
Yeah.
What is it? And a lot of it is based on things that happened in our past. That's why therapists, when therapists say, hey, let's talk about your past. Let's talk about your childhood. Well, because that's where a lot of the subconscious programming comes in.
What about a man that is got anger issues and blows up? How do you deal if you really love one? He's a great guy. Even a woman. They're great, but when they blow up, they blow up.
So the first thing is you have to talk to them. That's where communication comes in. Is that I teach them what to say when they're not mad. How the anger affects me. What the anger does to me when you get mad. And I showed them how to walk through and navigate it when they're not mad.
Man.
Because if I tell you something when you're not mad at me, hey, you know what, Kim? I love you. I love everything about you. I said, I noticed that when I say these things that you accuse me of this, that makes me feel a certain way. And I'd like to discuss that now and see how we can get past that.
Yeah.
And so I create this narrative of how you can talk about it. How you say, and it's not about what we call you language and I language. If I say you take offense to
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
You got to put yourself in it.
I always say, I feel.
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed.
Yeah.
Okay. I would love. Notice what I told you earlier when I said getting a man to do what you want him to do. Don't say you need to do this. You say, I would love I love it when you take out the trash. Notice, because the brain perceives it differently. All of this is psychology, y'all, but the brain sees it differently when you say you did versus I feel.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah, it's powerful.
And so, but most of us don't know how to do it.
So a person that's married to someone that's angry, there's healing for that, huh?
Oh,
like you ain't got.
I used to have anger issues. My guy over here. Listen, my guy over here told me one time, one of my best friends in the world, told me years ago. We were at the Kojic convention in Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah. He said, "Man, we had a company," and he said, "Nobody likes you in the company." No, y'all. He tells me, he says, nobody likes you. And me getting angry, I don't give a bleep, bleep, bleep. I don't care what. And you know what he said? See, that's why they don't like you. Because you always get mad about everything. That day, I got on a journey.
Come on, man.
I got on a journey to change that.
Yeah.
Because I was not emotionally intelligent enough to see how my anger, my emotions was not only affecting me, but affecting the people around me.
Man.
And so I teach my clients how to be emotionally intelligent.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. And so in this new year, when we putting these 100 couples together, man, I'm going to show people how to be emotionally intelligent.
And you do counseling sessions. You're a certified coach.
Yeah. And I do the coaching sessions. You can do.
You're not like a Zoom, I just say I'm a coach. You're like certified.
No. I'm
like
certified.
You a boss.
I'm certified.
You know what? I love that you said that 38% are men.
Roughly 30%
which is
are
huge
men.
because men don't go for help.
Yeah. Men come to me and men hit me in my DM.
Yeah.
Men hit me when they realize I cannot do anymore. But they hit me because I'm a man. I'm a man's man. I'm a masculine man.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking anything away from any other man, but I'm a masculine guy. And when I speak, I am balanced. You said it. They see videos where I'm talking about men leveling up. They see videos where I'm talking about women leveling up. And so they know that I'm going to be balanced. Man. They know that my job, because I want people to win.
Yeah.
I want people to grow. I want people I believe in love.
And it's so hard for women because we think a lot of times that men don't care, but they do.
They do. Men hurt just as much as women. Men don't want to pick the wrong woman either.
Come on.
They don't. The reason why your guy said, tell me everything.
Yeah.
Because he's taking a risk too.
Yeah.
He's taking a risk just like you are.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I'm being seen with her. What would have happened if she's my lady and there was a scandal about her doing something with somebody else?
Yeah.
It would hurt me.
Yeah.
He's taking a risk too.
Yeah.
All of us
powerful.
are. All of us are.
Yeah. I got another question. It says, how do I know if I'm wasting time with someone?
If a man or woman, both, isn't willing to invest their time, money, energy, resources in the relationship, you're wasting your time.
Say that again.
Okay. If a man or woman
Yeah.
isn't willing to invest their time, their money, their resources, and their energy into you, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
So they may not have a lot of money, but I'm willing to invest my talents. I forgot to say talents.
Yeah.
I'm willing to fix something around the house.
Yeah.
That's
I'm gonna
just
run
like
errands
money.
for you.
That's just like money.
Yeah.
Because I'm investing my time and my talents, because time I can't get back. What I'm talking about is the investment. See, the thing is when I invest in something, that means I'm sacrificing something for a greater return, right? So if I'm willing to invest my time, my talents, my energy, my money into you. Now there are some people got plenty. So now this is the difference though.
Okay,
Let's go back go back to the Bible when when the Bible was talking about the lady, her investment was what she had. Okay.
Yeah.
If a man with a lot of money invests in you and he's giving you just money, that's nothing. Because it's not about, it's about the sacrifice, equal sacrifice.
Yeah.
Right? But then he doesn't have a lot of time. But he says, I'm going to put the time that I have in you.
Yeah.
Well, that's an investment.
It's like calling you on my lunch break when you know I got 15 meetings today, but I'm gonna step away for a second.
Right. I'm going to talk to you during lunch.
Yeah.
Because in lunch, I gotta wolf this down. I got to be back, but I want to talk to you too.
Yeah.
It's all about, y'all. It's all about, if that's how I always know. I always know. If you tell me, okay, so let me see the investment.
Yeah.
Let me see the investment.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not talking about where you have to really invest something.
Yeah.
My late bishop, my spiritual father told me, he said, you can never expect to profit from something you haven't invested in. Why is it, Kim, that people expect to have a great relationship but are never willing to invest in it?
Man. Because sex ain't gonna hold you together.
Oh, no. No. I mean, you know why? Because then what happens when after a while, the sex ain't what it used to be. You done did it every kind of way you can do it or whatever. And then you see something else.
Yep. You gotta have that investment.
It's much more than that.
What would you say to that person that all of a sudden they had this thriving relationship and now the other person's moved back, stop coming around?
Wait a minute.
Why do people do that?
How long? And they ghost you?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So part of that, first off, there are two things. What I teach people, I have this system of dating. It's called the 2C system.
Yeah.
Collect, then connect. So in the collection phase, remember I talked to you about the subconscious questions. The reason I'm asking you to ask the subconscious question is because you're in the collection phase. And then you have to determine based on what you collect whether I should connect. But most people bypass the collection phase and go straight to connection. That's when we start doing it. We start having sex. He started love bombing me. And I'm like, oh God, I'm in love. No, you're not. And what happens, then you find out 3-4 months down the road that this person was not who you thought they were. Because what did you do? You bypassed this part. And most people don't know how to do it. So that's why I teach them. Let me show you how to collect data. Let me show you how to ask subconscious questions. Let me show you how to find out who the true person is. I tell you, Kim, me and you talking and we just having fun. And that's why I always tell people, leave sex off the table.
Yeah.
Because if you take sex off the table, you don't have the hormone rush. And I always say, all right, describe to me. One of my subconscious questions is, Kim, describe to me your perfect day.
Yeah.
Describe your perfect day, Kim.
My perfect day is just waking up and everything flowing. Sun is shining.
Okay.
Happy. Great people around me.
Who's around you?
My honey.
Okay. What are y'all doing?
My staff. Man, we could just be chilling.
Okay, so that's your perfect day?
Yeah.
What time did you wake up?
This morning at 5:30.
No, doing your perfect day.
5:30.
You woke up at
I'm an early
5:30?
riser.
Okay, cool. Me too. Okay, so after you got up at 5:30, what happened?
I got to have my coffee.
Okay, you had your
spent time
coffee?
with the Lord with my fireplace on.
Okay. What kind of coffee was it? Was it just
It
regular?
was caramel with caramel creamer.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And when you were drinking, what were you thinking?
Man, I got the life.
Got the life.
This is so good. I'm so excited. I even process, like, what am I feeling right now? I start getting my day set up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm that girl.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it. So then after you did that, you had your coffee, you with the Lord, the fireplace going, and you just gratitude and all of that. Then what
Yeah.
happened next?
And next was I set my day into action.
Okay.
I made the calls I needed to make. I gave others what I desire.
Okay, good. And so what I do is, the one key thing you said was my perfect day included my honey.
Oh, yeah.
Some people's perfect day doesn't include their honey.
But they got to fix that, don't you think?
But if it doesn't include the person they're with, what does that tell me?
Dude, I'm even like this with my staff.
No.
Like, I want to be around
Because
people
you want them to be a part of your perfect day. You only talk about it. That means I don't want them to be a part of my perfect day. What does that tell me about that?
they ain't the right one.
They're not the one that they don't want to be in a perfect day. They don't want them to be a part of that. Because in your perfect day, you're feeling everything that you ever want to feel.
Yeah.
And if they ain't in it,
I'm like that with my staff and everybody. I'm like, dude, you need to we need to be perfect together. Like we're not going to be,
right.
I'm going to give you a chance, but I'm going to need to get it together.
Right.
Because I've spent a lot of my life, Coach, like Build-A-Bear manufacturer. Trying to give medicine to people that like to be sick.
Oh,
and
Lord,
listen.
that's crazy.
So listen, we're going to go to break. We're going to come right back. Thank you. I've so enjoyed having you these last 2 weeks.
too.
Y'all loved him. So we're going to come back and we're going to, one last thing we're going to pick his brain with, and he's going to tell us how to get his book, The Canyon Culture. He's been married for 20 plus years. He even created these great card games, relationship card game for people that are bashful and shy, and even for married people as a sex edition, because y'all know sometimes y'all get bored in this stuff. And I love something he said. He said, I got a girlfriend, a mistress, and a wife. And we're going to hear about that when we come back. So we'll be right back after this break. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Y'all know I'm Real Talk Kim, but you don't know this dude, maybe. Maybe you do, because he's given us some incredible wisdom the last 2 weeks. This is Coach Ken Canyon, and he is on social media. I found him during the pandemic, and y'all know during that pandemic, man, I was walking through some transition myself. I am the queen of giving advice. I mean, I'm known as relationship expert to people because they know I can help them keep a man and run one off. And during that season, I came across you.
Wow.
And I liked your heart. I liked how you said it straight, but I believe you kind of have the same anointing I have.
Right.
You can shoot straight and people receive it because we're coming with love.
Sure.
And so you said something a while ago, so thank you for being here. Wait a minute. Tell everybody how they can follow you and be a part.
Oh, you can follow me at, I'm on all social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, at Coach Ken, Kencanon, at Coach Ken Canyon, or you can get me at CoachKenCanyon.com.
Because y'all listen to me. We're in the new year. You got to take hold of this year. You cannot have resolutions and not follow through. Some of y'all need to rekindle your love in your relationship. Some of y'all mean as snakes. You need to fix your heart posture so that God can do what he wants to do through your life. It's never too late. I'm talking, I didn't really get my life together till I was 41. It is never too late for you to do you and let God fix you. And so get in his courses. Y'all, Get his book, the Canyon Culture. You got more books too.
I've written 8 books.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you, the thing I will say is this: when I started doing this work that I'm doing, my wife and I was headed for a divorce court 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and how I got here was, long story short, Kim. I know we ain't got a lot of time. Maybe I'll come back another time and tell you.
I would love that.
We put it back together.
Man.
And we created a communication system, a conflict resolution system that saved our marriage, and it saved, close to 300 marriages now.
Man.
But I always tell people that I'm not that guy who's like, oh, I've never done anything wrong. I never said the wrong thing. No, I just figured out something.
Yeah.
I figured out that at the end of the day, that this woman made me a better version of me, helped me become a better version of me.
Come on. I love that.
But I had to release who I was to become who I was going to become.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't willing to release who they are to become someone new.
I love that. In our last episode, you were talking about a very high-end woman that was killing it. And she was like in her 60s, I think you said.
Yes.
And she was boss, making tons of money.
Yep.
And she couldn't keep a man.
Yep.
And you helped this woman find herself.
Yes.
You literally allowed this woman to see the good in her.
Yes.
And she's doing great now and getting a great relationship.
She's in a great relationship. And the other part of that is that it was like her thinking. We had to change that part of her to begin reconditioning her mindset, changing her subconscious mind, reprogramming some of these limiting beliefs. Some of us have beliefs because of our childhood, because of our parents, because we've never seen a great relationship. Daddy always cheated, or mama was never there, and we didn't know.
Yeah.
But now you're responsible for what you know.
Yeah. So, Coach, y'all can get in touch with him on his website.
Yes.
I tell you, your husband would feel safe with him. And sometimes you just need an outside voice. You do things on Zoom. Is that how you do it?
I do them on Zoom and in person now. Now that God has blessed me now.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere.
Yeah.
But I still have clients. I always say it starts with booking a discovery session, and then we go from there.
Yeah, I love it.
People want to book sessions. They can't book sessions with me.
Yeah.
Only one session, and then we determine, because I don't want people to come to me unless I know what's going on with them deeply.
Yeah. I love that. Well, I'm so thankful. So thankful I got to meet you.
Likewise.
I'm thankful that we connected. I'm thankful for social media. I believe in you. I'm pushing all your stuff. I think you're just the fact that you've saved 200 and how many marriages?
98 now.
298 marriages, y'all.
It was 297. Now it's 298.
And so quickly are we to leave marriages now and throw each other away.
I know. And then a lot of people wish I saw an interview with the young lady who dated Tyrese. They were married. And she said, had I had the right people in my ear, I would not have divorced him.
Man.
That's a lot of people.
So many. I always tell people, y'all better fix your marriages because it's hard out in these streets.
I need streets.
I'm telling you, man, it is hard out in these streets.
Yes.
And so save your marriages, fight for your marriages. For all of you that are single, I'm believing God that God is going to bring your bow chicka wow wow into your life this year. And y'all gonna literally be each other's
I'm putting
best
together
friend.
100 relationships.
Come on, man.
Men and women. I'm bringing men and women.
I love that. Let's do it. I'll help you. I'll send them to you and you get them healed.
I'm going to hold you to that now. I'm going to hold you to that.
I'll help you. Y'all give it up for Coach Ken. Thank you again.
Thank you,
Follow
Ken.
him on all social media platforms at Coach Ken Canyon and all of them. So I'll see you next week, y'all. Happy New Year. Remember, stick with those resolutions. Stick with them. Get to the gym. Get your back boobs off. Come on, get healthy. Feel good. Book you some sessions so that you can get your insides well as well. I'll see y'all soon. I love you so much. Excited about your new year. I'll talk to you next week.
Yay Networks.